Hello everyone, it's us again, Succulents Box, and today we're going to share with you some tips that can help you properly care for a fabulous plant called Sedum Major. Sedum Major, or also known as Corsican stonecrop, is a beautiful blue-green, low-growing succulent. They can tolerate a wide range of harsh conditions and at the same time can easily be propagated by stem cuttings and leaves, making them an excellent choice as an indoor container plant or even a fairy garden outdoor plant. Now, Sedum Major is one of the few succulents that can still flourish even under extended drought conditions, but despite that, they do still need some watering to remain healthy. So, if you don't want to end up with the sick-looking succulent during the hot summer months, water your Sedum Major at least once every 7 to 10 days and once every 2 to 3 weeks in the fall and winter. But if you're unsure whether it's time to water or not, it's best to check the soil first. If the top 1 to 2 inches of the soil feels dry, then it's time to give them a good drink. Otherwise, don't. Also, whenever you water your Sedum Major, always give it a good soak until the water trickles out of the drainage holes to keep them well hydrated. In terms of light, Sedum Major needs to be placed in an area where it can enjoy at least 6 hours of full sun per day to stay evergreen and develop its best colors. Just make sure to keep them protected from the scorching sun in the afternoon. If grown indoors, place your Sedum Major where it can get a lot of sunlight, like near a southern-facing window, or use simply a growing light. And when it comes to temperature, though Sedum Major can tolerate cold weather down to USDA Zone 7, the most ideal temperature to grow them is between 65 Fahrenheit to 75 Fahrenheit during summer, and not lower than 50 Fahrenheit during the winter. Like any other succulent, proper drainage is very important to Sedum Major. They hate sitting in waterlogged soil, as they can easily get rot and is prone to mold disease and rust. So to prevent this, you can simply purchase a ready-made soil mix, especially intended for cactus and succulent from a local store near you, then add some pumice, perlite, or grit to create proper drainage for it. Just like what we mentioned earlier, propagating Sedum Major is easy. You can either wait for it to propagate on its own or do it by yourself. In spring, when your Sedum Major is putting out new growth, snip about 3 to 4 inches off at least 3 or more cuttings from the mother plant. Do this using a clean, sharp knife or scissors. Set the cutting in a shady area for at least 2 to 3 days or until they callus over. Once your cuttings have calloused over, you can now place them on a well-draining potting mix. And you're done! Just don't forget to water your cuttings at least once every 2 to 3 days or whenever the soil feels completely dry to keep them hydrated. Over time, your potted Sedum Major will start to outgrow its container. When that happens, you need to consider transferring it to a larger container to help your plant. To begin, water your Sedum Major at least 2 to 3 days before repotting. This will make sure that the soil is moist enough to easily remove the plant from its old pot, and at the same time, give it enough moisture reserve until the next watering. Next, expose the roots of your Sedum Major by gently tapping to remove the dirt off. While at it, you should also take this opportunity to inspect its root system for any decay and pets and trim away brown roots using sterilized pair of scissors. After inspecting your succulent, you can now plant it into its new pot with dry soil. Make sure to use a pot with a drainage hole and is about 10% wider and taller than your succulent to give it enough space to grow healthier. Once you've successfully planted your Sedum Major, allow it to recover for at least 2 to 3 days before watering, as the plant's root system is fragile at this point, and watering may only cause damage. And that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed and found these tips helpful. We'll see you again next time.
For more, you can find us at succulentsbox.com or on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.